Hello Cancer, and welcome to your February monthly horoscope for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you're new to my channel, I'd be honoured if you subscribed. This month begins with the Sun and also Mercury in the part of your horoscope that's to do with transitions in your life. But soon enough, on the 3rd, Mercury, the planet of communication, travel, distribution, moves into the sign of Pisces, which of course shares your water triplicity. So that's going to give you a much greater appreciation for widening your horizons, because Venus, the planet of love and affections, is already in this location, along with Neptune, the planet of dreams. But Mercury moving into the 9th house is particularly well linked to travel. We just have to be mindful this month that Mercury does slam on the brakes on the 17th and go into a retrograde. So marshalling our communication around anything to do with contracts, agreements, and the aforementioned travel is going to be important. But on the 8th, Venus shifts out of Pisces for you and moves right to the top of your horoscope. If there is a professional situation that you're wanting to tackle, and there is perhaps a contact you have or some kind of relationship with some kind of group, it could be an employment group, it could be a business society, it could be something that you have some kind of investment in around your community. Venus moving into this area could see you taking on a bit more of the centre stage over the next 28 days. If you're single, it could also mean that you encounter someone through your work who does take your fancy somewhat. If a relationship is ongoing, I think this move into Aries of Venus could see you taking on a bit more responsibility or leadership within the tie. But on the 9th, we do have the Leo full moon, which arcs back across the heavens towards the Sun in Aquarius, but both are T-squaring with Uranus, the planet of surprises, which is in your sector of friendships. I think when it comes to your resources, about your spending decisions, or even about your longer term future, just being very conscious about balancing the ins and outgoings in terms of your immediate expenditure and thinking about the long-term impact is going to be important under the influence of this particular full moon over the next 2 weeks. But a really sensational event occurs on the 16th because Mars moves into your opposite sign. Now this might sound a little bit counterintuitive because Mars in the 7th house can make us more assertive. But I think because you've had this clustering of energy in your 7th house, and in such a powerful way over the last couple of years, your relationship sector may not always have been so easy. So I think Mars is giving you the encouragement to be a bit more self-confident about saying what you want around all sorts of interactions with others. If you need to be more competitive at work, this will help you. If you're wanting to get a bit sportier and do some kind of activity where you do directly come up against another individual, this could also be an important transit over the following 6 weeks. Mars is also exalted in Capricorn, so you may think about some kind of new business relationship or association during its transit through this sign. But as I say, on the 17th, we do see Mercury go into a retrograde. I like to think as Mercury as being about talk and thought. In the sign of Pisces, it is actually in full, which is a technically difficult transit, but also in detriment. So it is going to be important to keep a very careful grip on how you share information. But if you are involved in any kind of contractual situation, this is going to be particularly so. Now, for the next 9 days, from the 16th, Mars does forge a gorgeous link with Uranus. So if you are wanting to be a little bit more free-spirited about the people you associate with, you could connect with some unusual people, and even in quite a surprising way. It's a very exciting alliance. So if you find yourself being a bit bolder generally about how you connect with others, it wouldn't be a surprise. Now on the 18th, Saturn and Jupiter, which of course reached that exact conjunction on the 12th of January, they started to really move towards it from the 6th of January, but they have been loosely associated for about 6 months before then. Well, Saturn starts to inch away from Pluto from the 18th of February, and I do think that this is something you can celebrate. Saturn can be very limiting, very inhibiting, or it could have made some of your interactions with others a bit tense over the last couple of years. It is still going to continue to be in Capricorn for part of this year, but also will nibble into the sign of Aquarius. But I'll tell you more about that in next month's forecast. But on the 19th, the Sun also moves into the sign of Pisces, now joining up with the retreating Mercury and of course with Neptune. But there is a glorious new moon on the 23rd, which also embraces the rather risque energies of Black Moon Lilith. This is all about our hidden desires. So you may find yourself wanting to push your boundaries a little bit around where you experiment in your life. It could be around your love life, it could be around some of your interests, but just being a little bit more outside of that comfort zone can actually be very rewarding in the following month. On the 24th to the 27th, the Sun aligns with Mercury. It's possible that you could have a really good idea or a constructive conversation about something that is to do with a contractual matter. Just because Mercury's going backwards doesn't mean to say that something won't work out well. You just need to micromanage it. And it's possible that something that's been broken can get repaired. If you're thinking about a new mode of transport at this time, it wouldn't be a surprise. It is true that as this month comes to a close, Venus is going to be squaring up with both Jupiter and also Pluto. I think this is just saying to you that when it comes to your worldly ambitions and a relationship, someone could seem very enticing about what they're offering. It could be a contract, it could be a hint of a personal relationship, but just be aware if there are any strings attached, because there cannot sometimes be so when Venus and Pluto are in any kind of difficult angular relationship. But this is a month when you can expand your horizons. It's just about the way you go about it. It's been a real pleasure being with you, Cancer. If you'd like to discover what the next 12 months will mean for you and also get your character analysis, you can click on the link beneath this video and get a 30% discount and get your printed report from me. But for now, good luck and goodbye.